How's it going, Spencer? David
Good.
Cloninger with the Charleston Post and Courier. You're no stranger to pressure and having a lot of hype coming around you. So what's this like as kind of a reset? I mean, do you feel the same that you did as you coming out of high school or after your first year at OU?
You know what? That's a good question. I feel totally just refreshed, to be at a new university, a great university like this. I feel a sense of, I'm very comfortable here, knowing Coach Beamer, getting to know all these guys. My first month up here, it's just I made a great decision, and I mean I just am happy I'm in this position. And like you said, pressure. I feel like the pressure's taken off a little bit, this year. But my main focus right now is just starting up with my team here in about a week and a half after spring break and get going on spring ball.
Hi, Spencer. Mike Yuba, Gamecock Central. I know you're no stranger to being in the limelight, especially since a young age, and I think, unfortunately, some negative things can be said about people, and they, could be unfair. What would you say to some of those people, maybe going back to the high school documentaries and whatnot about your character, and how have you been able to kind of just push that to the side, and what would you tell those people as well?
Yeah, a lot of people seem to forget that it's a reality TV show. And at that time, I was 16, 17 years old, having fun with my buddies in high school. We all were that was our authentic self in high school, just joking around, having fun, competing. And I think people around sports who play sports, they see that competition side come out of you, comes out of people in different ways. But my character is definitely not portrayed well in that show. But that's just, how it was made. I'm obviously 5 years, 6 years, grown from that. And hopefully I've changed a little bit. I definitely have. So, I'm just a very competitive guy, very confident guy, and also a very caring person. So that's what I'd have to say just to those folks.
Hi, Spencer. Rick Henry, WIS-TV here in Columbia. How much did you know about South Carolina, or were able to follow South Carolina maybe growing up or when you were in high school? And since you've been here, what aspect of the program has impressed you the most?
Growing up, I love to watch college football. To this day, it's my favorite thing to watch. I grew up, I saw, Jadeveon Clowney highlights. I saw, games with Marcus Lattimore, all those, Alshon Jeffrey, a lot of guys like that. But really going through this recruiting process and the transfer portal and all that stuff, Coach Beamer was a big indicator that South Carolina is doing something right. And, he's turning this program around, doing a great thing up here. And, it also, like I said, I was very comfortable with making my decision. Also knowing that my tight end, Austin Stogner, will be coming with me. So it just felt like a home feeling. I got on a Zoom visit with the whole staff, and we had a great talk. They impressed me a lot. And like I said, I feel like I made the right choice. And your question was, what's impressive about this place? I just think how it's ran. It's ran like an NFL type of facility. I mean, it's a lot of people would be surprised it's different from where I'm coming from. It's more, I feel like it's more around the players to where, guys aren't burnt out. Guys are enjoying their time in the facility, enjoying their time around the coaches and players. And it's just a great feeling. It's a refreshing feeling.
Hey, Spencer, Michael Espy from ABC Columbia. Just wondering what you learned about yourself over the last couple of years at Oklahoma.
What I've learned about myself, I've learned that, I can accomplish a lot of great things with great guys around me. I had a great team at Oklahoma for my 3 years there. I learned a lot about my leadership skills. I feel like I improved in that area since I was a freshman, coming into Oklahoma. I learned I could go fight against a lot of adversity, that's thrown my way. And, God's given me the talent to do my thing on the field and help the team that I'm on, as much as I can. And I'm happy I landed my feet in Columbia, South Carolina, and I can't wait to get this ball rolling.
Spencer, you mentioned the staff was impressive to you on the Zoom visit. What really sold you about the system you're going to be dropped into, and how do you feel like your skill set really translates to it?
Great question. That was another big thing for me to come here. The system is definitely, levels up of a pro-style type system, I'm learning a lot of new things every day, terminology, verbiage that I didn't know, coming in. So that's a big thing. Coach Satterfield, Coach Nick Coleman have done a great job with me so far. My first month here, I've learned probably more in a month than I have in my college career, which sounds crazy. But with these pro-style type systems and the film we're watching, the plays we're running, I think it just elevates everybody's game, on the team mentally and obviously, physically on the field.
Hey, Spencer, Corey Diaz with the USA Today Network. And kind of as a follow-up to that, what did you see out of this system that Satterfield has here, just in terms of maybe some on-the-field, during-game aspects of it, and how do you feel like with you potentially at that quarterback spot as QB1, how can you lift those particular things with your skill set?
This system's very, from what I've seen this first month here, obviously I'm still soaking everything in, still learning a lot of stuff. This system's really good if you're in the pocket and can deliver the ball. That's what Coach Satterfield says. If we can get a controlled pass game going, it'll be hard to stop us. So that's what we're working on right now, just getting that timing down with the receivers, running backs, tight ends, everybody. And not just me, but every other quarterback's doing the same. We're all competing hard every day. And I think, my skill set of being able to get out of the pocket and create for other guys on the field will definitely enhance this system, hopefully a little bit more.
As far as the guys that you'll be getting the ball to, receivers, tight ends, backs, what was it like getting to know those guys a little bit in the recruiting process, and obviously some of the other transfers coming in with you? What just your overall impressions of those individuals?
Yeah, these guys have been super impressive. A lot of athletic, tall, big type of bodies. We also got the smaller, quicker guys in that slot position. But all these guys have impressed me. We've been getting work in, a couple times a week, since I've got here, running routes, just talking ball, trying to learn from one another, tell them what I know, they tell me what they know, and it matches perfectly. But these guys are very impressive. I can't wait to put the pads on and get to work with them.
Spencer, when the news came out that you're coming here, I know a lot of the students, a lot of the fans in this area were really excited about it, a lot of excitement around this program. Just curious, now that you've been here for a little bit, what's kind of been the response like around Columbia? People have been, asking for autographs, trying to take pictures with you, that kind of thing. What does that feel like, and just how has the adjustment been to that?
Yeah, it's been a blessing, getting up here, getting in a whole new state, whole new city, a whole new part of the country. It's refreshing. I love the environment in Columbia. It's a diehard football, city. They love South Carolina football. They love the Gamecocks, and that's the thing for me. I wanted to go somewhere that has that tradition and has that love for their team. And I think I landed in the perfect spot, and the responses have been great so far in my first month up here.
Hey, Spencer, Phil Kornblut, Sports Talk Media Network. What was it like for you, the emotional ride at Oklahoma, where you came in so highly touted and you waited your time, you won the job, you lose the job, the fans are up, fans are down? Can you kind of describe what that was like for you during your time in Norman?
It was crazy. It was a whirlwind. We come in, like you said, sat my first year behind Jalen Hurts, learned a lot behind him, how to act on and off the field. He was a great leader. He's doing his thing in the NFL now, so props to him, who still stay in contact. Won the job my second year, had a great year. Lost only 2 games, and then this past year, things went how they went. I couldn't control it. I felt like, as a player, I was doing fine enough. We were undefeated at the time and on a 13 or 14 game win streak. But I guess it wasn't enough. I can't control that, and I'm just happy I'm here now with Coach Beamer, coaches that believe in the players, and great players around me that will all come together and will be a great team.
Spencer, when Pete Iacobelli with the AP here in town, when word gets out that you're transferring, I'm sure there were a lot of interested schools. Was it Shane's leadership here and your relationship maybe with Shane that kind of won the day? Was it Austin saying, hey man, we got to do this together? How did South Carolina kind of rise itself out of that pack?
Yeah, so when I hopped in the portal, I feel like the first second I entered my name, there was plenty of schools. Almost every school around the country contacted me, my family. A lot of different schools, a lot of different coaches, flying out to visit me in Arizona just to talk. But yeah, I think Coach Beamer and Stogg, those being comfortable was a big thing for me. And knowing how Coach Beamer is, he was with me my first 2 years at Oklahoma. He was a great influence on all the players up there, and I knew he was doing something special down here, and I just wanted to come be a part of it and join a great team, make them better, compete with them every day, and go out on the field and give it our all.
Spencer, in addition to being able to play in that style of offense, one thing that I've been able to learn over the last couple of weeks is the nutrition staff actually was something that really stood out to you. Can you explain how much that played a role with your recruitment as well? Definitely.
The nutrition staff is great here. Miss Kristen does a great job here. Since I've gotten up here, I've probably put on about 8 to 10 pounds. My goal weight, I've hit already, 210. Be in that range from 210 to 215 during the season, I think will be enough armor for me, to play down here. But they do a great job. We have great food up here. I mean, it's impressive. You come in the facility every day, you got a great staff cooking meals for you. You got great people around you in the hub cooking it up, and, you can't go hungry down here, that's for sure.
In a non-football question, I don't know if I can say this person by name, even though it's a different sport, but there was a recruit on campus for a different sport that had the opportunity to speak with you, and he grew up a big fan of yours, a local guy that's getting recruited for basketball. Can you kind of share some of the conversations you had with that young man in determining to, kind of stay here in South Carolina?
Yeah, it was really cool. I didn't know who he was until I met him, looked up his Instagram, saw that he was one of the best players, if not the best player in his class in the country, and, I got to come down and meet him. He was very excited, which humbled me, knowing that this kid is years younger than me. He's been watching my highlights since he was in middle school. So, that means a lot, especially from a different sport. I mean, I play basketball myself, so I guess we kind of have that connection. I told him I could still get on that court with him if he wanted to. But, I told him, you're from here. You might as well come here and stay home. Everybody loves you here. You're a great player. You'll make the basketball team better, simply.
Spencer, I know that, the jobs aren't promised and it's always a competition, but you come in, how do you view yourself in the quarterback room? Do you go as saying, this is my job and you guys backups, or do you consider yourselves on equal ground with everybody?
Oh, no, you got to come in being a confident player, confident quarterback, but also with my experience throughout college, I'm definitely a leader in the QB room and want to show these guys, the work ethic, the experience I've been through, and just everything I know about college football in a whole. And also with that, I learned a lot off those guys as well. Luke Doty has been a great, help to me. We feed off each other. We compete with each other. He's in my workout group. We're always throwing. All these guys are just great guys. Braden Davis, been trying to help him out. He's looking great. But yeah, it's like a family in that QB room. And that's one of the biggest things that you need at on a football team is your quarterbacks to be tight, because they're the leaders on the team. And if they're not tight, team's not going to go well.
Spencer, Joe Machika with the Daily Gamecock. Obviously, there's going to be expectations regardless of your situation, but I wanted to ask you about your goals and then some team goals for this upcoming year.
You know what? My goals personally are just to be the best I can be for this team. Team goals, we obviously want to win game by game, and that's how it's going to be, from here on out. We got to take it minute by minute, day by day, and then when that season rolls around, we got to win game by game. That's how we're going to take it week by week. Coming in, that's my mindset. I'm trying to feed that off with these other guys. They're responding well. They're teaching me a lot, and I see something special with this group.
Hey, Spencer, it's no secret at this point, you are the highest rated Gamecock quarterback recruit in school history. Do you see yourself that way, or is that just way too much pressure for you?
I guess it's just how it is, I guess. It is what it is. I came here to just be another player on the team, help the team, be the quarterback, earn my spot, earn the guys' respect, earn Coach Beamer's respect, and that's what we're working towards. But no pressure on that. I'm blessed to be in this situation I'm in and just ready to go.
Two quick ones for you. How's the new truck ride?
It rides pretty nice.
So, obviously most college football fans have seen you, know what you're kind of like, but for those who really haven't studied you, what will you look like in a Gamecock uniform in a game at Williams-Brice, let's say? Do you let your personality come out, and are you very animated? How will you operate on the field?
I'm just going to give it my all this year. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to have energy. I'm going to have swag. and hopefully that feeds off with all the other guys. So far I've seen they got the same stuff I do. So we're just going to have fun with it. We're going to compete. We're going to play hard, but mainly just be me, be us. That's the main thing.
Did you spend much time or any time in the South at all before you got here, and what are your impressions of what it's like in South Carolina?
Yeah, my dad's from Arkansas, so his whole family's from Arkansas. So I've been down in the South a little bit, but definitely not, live down here. But so far, I love it. Obviously, other than the humidity that I heard is going to come up in the summer. I'll have to get used to that coming from Arizona with that dry heat, but I'll be all right. And
I was going to ask, just what are some of the, I guess, the new things about it? Anything that's kind of surprised you since you've been down here?
Something that surprised me about Columbia is everything I feel like is like 10 minutes away, like where I need to go. Like good food spot, 8 minutes away. I was staying in a hotel before I got my new place, 8 minutes away from campus. Charlotte's an hour away. A lot of things to do out here. A lot of places you can go, beaches. I didn't even realize there was beaches like in South Carolina like that or close to South Carolina like that. But yeah, I definitely got to make a few stops this summer and just tour around.
Hey, Spencer, I'm sure you've still got a lot of friends, teammates in Oklahoma who you might text with or are close to. Is it odd the way the situation turned out there, because you're not there anymore, Lincoln Riley's not there anymore, Caleb's not there anymore, and did you ever pop in your head that if I just kind of waited a little bit, I'd still be in prime position at Oklahoma, or was the relationship with that school like totally over?
I think it was just time to move on. I don't think I was going to wait. It was just time to move on, and I'm happy I did.
You mentioned a good food spot. Is there one that's stuck out to you so far?
So far, I've been to D's Wings was good. Home team barbecue was really good. Got to go to Hall's Chop House, the steak place. That was really good. But yeah, I got to try out more spots. So if you guys have any recommendations, just let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned kind of earning your teammates' respect. How's that process gone, and is it different coming in as a transfer to try to do that as you kind of try to get up to speed with everything that goes along with being a transfer?
I think with the transfer world now, a lot of guys transfer to new schools and, kind of have to earn that respect quick. And me coming in a month ago, a little later than the other guys, I feel like so far I've done a great job with just showing on my work ethic every day in workouts. If it's putting a throwing session together with the receivers, just chopping it up with the guys, getting close with the O-line, doing small things with them. I feel like earning that respect comes just from work. Not a lot of talking, just a lot of working. But that leadership will come around, and I feel like so far it's been pretty smooth.
Spencer, I don't think anyone's a stranger to your arm talent and your arm strength. Something that this offense has struggled with the last few years is taking shots down the field. How can you come in, step in, potentially at that quarterback spot, and be able to open up that facet of this offense?
Yeah, I think just being a confident thrower, helps out a lot. Obviously, want to tighten up on decision making and that type of stuff. But with this offense, I think I'm already learning, how to eliminate decisions quicker and get through my progressions and know where I want to go with the ball, see what the defense is, see what the front is, know it's coming. But that'll come with time. That'll come with reps. And I'm excited to go back home, clean up with my quarterback coach, Mike Giovando, and then come back here for spring ball and hopefully be ripping it.
Spencer, you talk about being a transfer. Does it help to have, Antoine's a transfer receiver, Christian's a transfer running back. Does it help to have guys with some experience at transferring coming in to help the transition process?
For sure. Having those guys that have experience, that have played, at a big-time level, that have had success at a big-time D1 program, that helps a lot. So, Christian's done a great job. Antoine's done a great job. So once Stahl gets in here, I know he'll do a great job, and, all the other guys have done great. So that's definitely makes you more comfortable when you got guys in the same situation as you coming into a new team. And I feel like we've all came together with the team and are just having fun with it right now.
Spencer, you mentioned your relationship with Stogg, and obviously he won't be here for a while. So while you're working with the other guys, once Stogg comes in, how does that change how you're working with those guys? Will it be any kind of an adjustment period for what you're already learning now?
No, I think he'll do a great job. You know, he's a very smart player. He'll digest the playbook, get it all soaked in, and he'll be ready to go. And he's just another weapon that we can use. All these guys have done a great job. Jaheim, EJ, Amarian, Antoine. I mean, and there's many others. You know, if I missed any of them, they're all looking great. Josh Van doing a great job. Zay, all these guys. So Stog will definitely be another big weapon for us, and I'm excited to get him in here and show these guys what he's got as well, so we can all just push each other.
And on the topic of Stog, what's the scouting report on him? I mean, we've seen highlights, maybe caught a game or two, but what could you tell folks about him as a player?
Just a complete mismatch. No matter what team, you know, we were playing, he was always the go-to guy, you know, in that third down situation or when we need to get the ball up to somebody. He was a big-time target for us, especially in, 2020 when we used him more. He's just another weapon that we need to use a lot, and Coach Satterfield knows that, and, all the coaches know that he's a great player, great talent, and he's excited to work.
Spencer, obviously you've been in a championship caliber situation before. What you've noticed here during your short time so far, how far off is South Carolina from that particular level? And with you and Austin and the rest of the transfers and the incoming freshmen, how much closer can you guys as the new guys with this team get to that point?
I feel like with the pieces we've added and the success, the turnaround this team had last year, it's on a good direction. Obviously, we won't be able to tell until we get the pads on, start competing, here in a week or two. But so far, the work ethic, the attentiveness, everything. Guys are on time. Guys aren't missing assignments. Guys aren't missing workouts. It's definitely, a serious facility up here. And, that's a good feeling knowing these guys are ready to just work as hard as they can and knowing that I'm coming in doing the same.
Spencer, in December, Coach Satterfield told us that when you guys talked, he said, people don't think I'm any good. People don't think you're any good. We're going to prove that we are. How much of that is, a driving force for you this year to show that you are the player you were 2 years ago and maybe that you didn't get the chance to be that player last year?
That wasn't really like a pitch to me. Like, it didn't really make me decide to come here. It was just something he said. I thought it was kind of funny. But I love Satterfield. He's a real cool guy, great coach. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like in 2020 I was in a good position. We were running great plays. We had a great time out there. 2021, just something changed. I don't know what. But like I said, I feel like I did my part in winning games. Obviously, you can't win every game by 50 points. But like I said, it didn't work out how it is. But no, I'm not trying to show, anything else but the best version of me and coming out here and helping this team. That's it.
Hey, Spencer, a lot of your teammates who just transferred in talked about a big difference in atmosphere here. Can you kind of just talk to that narrative between the difference in atmosphere at Oklahoma and what Beamer's got going here?
I think Beamer just has a great sense of awareness for what his players want and what they need. He's a players first coach. Everything in the facility is based around the players and what we feel like is comfortable, what we feel is going to be beneficial. And just hearing that we all have input, that's something that was a big decision factor for me, coming here. Knowing I walk into a building every day where guys have input in what's going on. And I think that's a big time thing, and a lot of other programs don't have it. So Coach Beamer's leading this place in the right direction, and I know he's going to keep doing a great job.
Spencer, personally, where's your level of fun with the game of football? Where has it been, say, the last year and a half, and where would you assess it is right now?
100%, 10 out of 10. I love playing football no matter when I'm on the field, no matter what situation, down, up, it doesn't matter. I mean, I love being on the field competing, going as hard as I can, making plays, and winning. If we're winning, I'm happy.
Anything else for Spencer? Good until fall?
Appreciate you guys. Happy to be here.